Child is born, a parent is born, and there begins the journey of parenting. A proud, beautiful, quite tough. You might be wondering what she's talking about, parent, child and all.
I see millions of parents around the globe struggle with this issue. All parents yell. No one knows what to do next.
Because I believe the parent-child relationship is the most influential connection in a young person's life. So in order for us to raise up a generation that's going to carry out these innovative ideas we've been talking about today, we're going to need better parenting.
To support, to monitor, and to advocate for your child. These are roles that we really have to be doing with our children throughout their educational career.
Well, teachers, schools and preschools provide the professional expertise. They provide the structure around your child's education. But you are the real constant in your child's life. You know your child best. You are their first teacher.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hello everyone. My name is Muhammad Rashdan bin Ghazali, and with me are my group members Adam and Abuza. Today we are going to discuss the topic, what role do parents play in supporting students' learning? We believe this is an important topic because parents are children's first educators, and their support can greatly influence students' academic success and personal development. Before we begin our discussion, I would like my teammates to briefly introduce themselves.
Thank you, Rashdan. And my name is Adam Haikal bin Zulkifli, and you can call me Adam. And today, our discussion, I will be sharing my view on how collaboration between parents and teachers can improve student learning. I hope our discussion will provide useful insight for everyone.
I am Amusa. Later, I will explain how parents can motivate their children and help them develop positive value and learning attitude. I'm looking forward to exchanging ideas with my teammates.
Thank you, Adam and Abuza. Before we begin, let's briefly define our topic. In simple terms, supporting students' learning means helping children succeed not only academically, but also emotionally, socially, and morally. Today, we will discuss this topic from 3 different perspectives. First, I will explain how parents create a positive learning environment at home. Next, Adam will discuss the importance of collaboration between parents and teachers. Finally, Abuza will share how parents motivate children and build good character. Without further ado, let's begin our discussion. To start our discussion, I believe parents play an important role because they create a positive learning environment at home. Firstly, parents can provide a quiet and comfortable place for students to study. When children have poor distraction, they are able to focus better on their homework and revision. Secondly, parents can establish a daily routine. For example, they may set a fixed time for homework, reading, and sleeping. A consistent routine helps students become more disciplined and organized. According to Epstein 2018, students achieve better academically when parents are actively involved in their learning at home. For example, if a child has an examination next week, parents can reduce distractions by limiting screen time and encouraging revision. In my opinion, these small actions may seem simple, but they have a significant impact on students' learning habits.
For sure, John. I completely agree with your point. A positive learning environment really helps students to stay focused. However, may I ask a question to you? Besides providing a study space, what else can parents do to support learning at home?
That's a very good question, Adam. In addition, parents should also provide emotional support. Sometimes, students feel stressed because of homework, examinations, or personal problems. Parents should listen to their children, encourage them, and praise their efforts instead of focusing only on results. Research by Hoover, Dempsey, and Sandler 2005 shows that emotional support from parents increase students' confidence and motivation to learn.
If I add something, I think emotional support is something even more important than academic support. When children know their problem believe in them, they become more confident to face challenge.
I agree with you, Abuza. Confidence is one of the keys to successful learning. But speaking of challenges, we cannot deny that students today face a hard distraction, technology. Don't you think parents also play a critical role in managing their children's screen time?
That's a brilliant point, Preston. In this digital era, supporting learning is no longer just about buying books. It is also about digital parenting. Parents need to monitor what their children do online. According to Livingstone 2020, active parental mediation internally use helps children develop better digital literacy and protects them from online distraction.
Exactly. Instead of completely banning gadgets, parents can watch them to use educational apps or watching learning videos. It is about balancing screen time for studies and entertainment.
Well said, everyone. Before we move to Adam's points, does anyone have any other comments regarding parents creating a positive learning environment?
Yes, I would like to add something to that, Ashan. I completely agree that creating a positive learning environment at home is very important. However, I believe that parents cannot support student learning effectively on their own. They also need to work closely with teachers. This brings me to my next point, which is the importance of parent-teacher collaboration.
That's an interesting point, Adam. I agree that learning should not depend on parents alone. Could you explain how this collaboration benefits students?
Certainly. Firstly, regular communication between parents and teachers helps both parties understand student academic progress and behavior. For example, parents can attend parent-teachers meeting, communicate through WhatsApp, or discuss any learning difficulty with teachers. According to Henderson and Mapp 2002, students are more likely to achieve better academic results when schools and family work together. In my opinion, when parents and teachers share the same goal, students achieve consistent guidance both at school and at home.
I totally agree that communication is very important. However, I have a question. Some parents are very busy with work and cannot attend school meeting. What do you think they can do in this situation?
Yeah, thank you for your opinion, for your question. I understand that many parents have busy schedules. Perhaps they may not be able to attend every school program, but they can still communicate through phone call, WhatsApp message, or online meeting. Even a short conversation with the teachers can help parents to understand their children's learning process and progress. Therefore, I believe the quality of communication is more important than the frequency.
That is very true, Adam. However, let's look at another practical reality. Aside from time and communication, parents also provide the financial backbone for learning, buying references book, paying for stable internet access, or sending children to tuition class requirement financial community.
I agree, Abuza. Socioeconomic support cannot be ignored. Research by Conger and Donnellan 2007 highlights that financial stability in a family reduces stress at home, which directly creates a more stable environment for students to study.
That's a realistic perspective. Even if parents aren't highly educated themselves, providing the necessary tools and internet connection for online research is already a massive form of support.
But may I interrupt for a moment? I agree with your point. However, I think there are some parents who communicate frequently with teachers but pay less attention to their children at home. In that case, communication alone may not be enough. Parents should also spend quality time with their children after school.
That's very a good point. I partly agree with you. Communication with teachers alone cannot guarantee student success. Parents must be also monitor their homework, ask about school activities, and encourage positive learning at home. So, I think both communication and parental involvement at home are equally important.
Alright, thank you Adam and Abuza. I think both of you have raised valuable ideas. To bring our discussion back to the main topic, we can say that parents support learning not only by communicating with teachers but also by being actively involved in their children's daily education. Now, let's hear Abuza's perspective.
Thank you, Rashid. I really enjoy listening to both of your points. I agree that providing a positive learning environment and maintaining the good communication with teacher are both exactly. Building on what both on you have shared, I'd like to discuss another important role of parents, which is motivation their children and helping them develop positive value toward learning. In my opinion, even if parents provide a comfortable study environment and communication regularly with teachers, students still struggle if they lack motivation and self-confidence.
That's an interesting point, Abuza. Could you explain why motivation is so important in supporting students' learning?
Of course, husband. At first, motivated students are more willing to participate in class, complete the homework, and overcome learning challenges. Parents can motivate their children by encouraging them, recognizing their effort, and celebrate small achievements instead of focusing only on examination results. For example, if a child receives low mark in tests, supporting parents will enough the children to learn from the mistake and improve, rather than blaming or comparing them with others.
I feel the same way about it, Abuza. I think praise and encouragement can make students feel more confident.
Exactly. Besides motivation, parents also play an important role in teaching values such as discipline, responsibility, respect, and perseverance. Their value helps students become independent learning and prepare them for future challenges. According to Janus 2007, parental involvement contributes not only to academic achievement but also to student positive attitude and behavior. For instance, parents who encourage their children to manage their own study skills are helping them become more responsible and self-disciplined.
Thank you, Abuza. I think you have highlighted an important point. Parents are not only responsible for supporting students academically, but they also shape their attitudes, values, and motivations.
Building off that, Abuza, let's look at the modern student life. Many students today suffer from severe anxiety and stress due to high academic expectation. Do you think parents should also be responsible for their children's mental health?
Heavily so, Adam. Academic success means nothing if a student's mental well-being is broken. A study by Pascoe, Hedrick and Parker 2020 show that extreme academic stress led to burnout and lower performance. Parents must act as a safe haven. They should remind their children that exams are important, but their mental health and happiness matter more.
I love the expression a safe haven. It means parents shouldn't put unnecessary pressure on grades. However, I would like to ask you something. Nowadays, many parents are busy with work. Parents are not only responsible for supporting students academically, but they also shape their attitudes, values, and motivations. However, I would like to ask you something. Nowadays, many parents are busy with work and have limited time to spend with their children. Do you think they can still motivate their children effectively?
That's a good question. In my opinion, yes. Motivate is always about spending a lot of time together. Sometimes, even small action can make big difference. For example, parents can ask the children about their day, encourage them before any examination, or simply praise the effort after completing their homework. Quality time is often more meaningful than the amount of time spent together.
If I may add something, I agree that quality time is important. However, I think parents should also become a good role model. Children often learn by observing their parents' behavior.
Yes, you are exactly right about that, Adam. Parents who enjoy reading, learning new skill, or solving problem positivity are more likely to inspire their children to develop the same habit. According to Bandura Social Learning Theory, 1977, children learn many behaviors by observing and imitating the people around them, especially their parents.
That's a valuable point. If I understand correctly, all three of us agree that parents support students in different ways. They provide a positive learning environment, work together with teachers, motivate their children, and become positive role models. Would both of you agree with this summary before we conclude our discussion?
Yes, Ashton, I totally agree. I think when parents and teachers work together while providing emotional support at home, students are more likely to become confident and successfully learners.
I agree as well. Every child is different, but one thing remains the same. Parents play an essential role in helping their children reach their full potential. Their support, encouragement, and guidance can shape not only academic success but also lifelong value.
Thank you, Adam and Abuza, for sharing your insightful perspectives. To conclude our discussion, we all agree that parents play a vital role in supporting students' learning. They create a positive learning environment, communicate with teachers, motivate their children, and instill positive values that contribute to both academic achievement and personal growth. As the saying goes, education begins at home. When parents and schools work hand in hand, students are more likely to succeed, both inside and outside the classroom. Thank you everyone for your attention. We hope our discussion has provided useful insights into today's topic. Bye-bye.
I just had to let you know you're